Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Estancia São Carlos with me, C1 here in Farming Simulator 22. It is the beginning of April. We have completed our tasks up till now. I have finished re-prepping field 5 following our canola harvest. I've got some lovely new edges put on it all the way around, ploughed all the way around. So we've reploughed it and we've seeded it. We've got sunflowers growing on that field ready for later in the year. But today is April and all we've got to do this month is grass mow. Just got a bit of grass mowing to do. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to We're going to get some hay because my sheep and goats are going to need hay. So that is what we're doing. First and foremost today. So we're going to get the mower started. Taking over, start on field. I don't remember what field number this is. I think it's that. It's so we get this loaded up, get this started. Hopefully the weather's good. I've had a look at contracts today and there's only really 2 contracts that jump out at me as being high value. If we get this guy started, basically there's a fertilizer contract for field 24 for Sheila, or there is a spraying contract for field 20 for Leroy, 72,000. Those are the only things that kind of jump out at me and say, hey, we could do these. Obviously, in my silo of power, wrong button, we have got 265,851 litres of 265,851 pounds. 265,851 litres of canola from the harvest of field 5, which is good. Not sure if our time saving. Oh, it does pick it up. That's okay. So it does show you where that is currently. And we have got a little bit of wool. Right. We'll let this guy carry on. We'll go grab the other little tractor, which I know is in here. And we can go get Tedder. Can't we? Our goats and our sheeps. But yeah, we're going to make some food for them, which will last us the rest of the year. So, that is our plan for April. We don't really have anything else to really worry about. Except I do need to get onto field 5 again and fertilise it a second time. We do have that to worry about. But you got to admit, the field does look nice, doesn't it? It does look very nice, especially now it's got that path running all the way up the left-hand side as well now. Just keeps everything looking neat and tidy. So we've got corn harvest coming up soon as well. Like I say, I think we're well on the way to completing our challenge, because I think we've only got the harvesters on lease now. Up to the so we should be able to pay those off by the year end, and then we have no debt. It's been a long while since I've used my tedder. That's what we're going to be doing today. So get some hay production done. And that'll be it. Quiet April month. Start getting hyped. We can use the rest of April to get hyped for Farm Sim 25, can't we, people? So obviously by now, most of the Farming Simulator community will know that the new Farming Simulator game is coming out later this year. And I guess what I want to start seeing on my videos in the comments section down below is what people are kind of thinking and feeling about Farm Sim 25. Based on what you've heard so far. You know? And what your thoughts and feelings on it, because obviously I'm seeing some mixed messaging, as there always is when you're browsing around online. There's people that are quite happy and excited about Farming Sim 25. There's some that are kind of on the fence at the minute and aren't too sure about it. And then there's those that just absolutely hate it with a passion. Can't believe Giants are doing it and not what they want and all that business, you know. So yeah, I guess we need to start opening up a bit of a platform and saying, like, what is it that people were expecting? Those of you that aren't happy with Farm Sim 25 or what's been shown so far, what were you expecting? And obviously for those of you that are looking forward to the game, what else are you hoping to see come forward and be announced by Giants over the next coming weeks and months before we get to that release date in November? The one thing I'm not going to entertain, though, the one thing I'm not going to entertain from anyone is the crying and whinging about Giants ending support for old hardware and old consoles and things like that, because unfortunately time moves on, technology moves on, and if you want to keep pushing the game and making the game better, unfortunately you're going to have to drop support at some point for the systems that hold it back. The inferior tech that's at this point in time well over like 15 years old. You know, PlayStation 4, last gen Xbox, that's hardware that's 15 years old, folks. You can't keep designing and building stuff for that, because they've reached the limits of what those consoles and platforms can do. And to take advantage of current hardware, current gen systems, they need to abandon the old and start pushing the current gen systems to their limits and finding what those limits are. So yes, dropping support for PlayStation 4 and last gen Xbox is a brilliant move by Giant, because it allows them now to just focus on the current gen and pushing their engine further, bringing in some new technological features that are only available on the new platforms, you know, are on hardware on the new systems. And we have to do that. You know, I could sit here and cry that Giants aren't making the game for Sega Mega Drive, because I own a Mega Drive and I would like to play Farm Sim on my Mega Drive. But I understand and accept that a game released for a Farm Sim game released for Mega Drive probably not going to be all that good. Although saying that, there is a 16-bit game in the Collector's Edition. When you buy the Collector's Edition of Farming Simulator 25 on PC, you get a 16-bit version. In FS22, remember we got the Commodore 64 version of Farming Simulator, which was like a special little game that they programmed. Yeah, we get a 16-bit version of Farming Simulator in the FS25, so that will give me some idea of what it might have been like to have played a Farm Sim game on Mega Drive, if Giants were around back when Mega Drive was a thing in the early 90s. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people crying on the internet about the lack of support for old consoles, and I've seen even someone like Mr. CDP, who is a console farm sim creator, who's a full-on hardcore console player, only makes content on console. He's the console guy. Even he has said that it needed to be done. Support for the old systems needed to be dropped. And even he's got backlash and flack for it from what I consider to be the very small-minded portion of that community, because console players can be a little bit entitled. They can be a little bit aggressive and think the world revolves around them when it doesn't. And they can easily get very easily upset. Obviously, I think due to the fact that obviously a lot of them are very immature. Their age, the average age of a console player is quite low. But, you know, all this time, you've had since Farm Sim 22 came out to get your PS5s or your Xbox Series S or X, you know. You've had 3 years now. You know, Giants gave you the warning that when FS22 came out, that'd probably be the last time that the PS4 and last-gen Xbox were going to be supported. So you've had, like, 3 years, coming up to 4 years, to upgrade your consoles. You know, and you can't use COVID as an excuse anymore for not upgrading, and lack of product availability and lack of manufacturing availability, because you can walk into any shop these days and pick up a PS5 or an Xbox. They're not chicken's teeth anymore. You can get them anywhere. Heck, if you're so inclined, why not just get a Steam Deck? Why not spend 300 quid and get a Steam Deck and play the PC version of Farm Sim instead on your mobile handheld device? Connect it to your TV via HDMI cable, play it in full resolution glory. That's another way to go. If you don't want to get a new PS5 or Xbox, get yourself a Steam Deck and play Farm Sim on there. Runs really well. It's certified. It's Steam certified. You still can access all the mods from the mod hub. You can load on third-party mods from other websites as well, as you can on PC. You can use script mods on a Steam Deck. You can still play multiplayer and online. And the great thing about the Steam Deck, small form factor of it, you can take it wherever you're going. Just stick it in your backpack. You've got Farm Sim on the move. Lovely, lovely bit of a kit that is. But yes, we can get some lovely tedding done. Get the hay bale. I'm wondering if I should do maybe maybe not do all the field of hay. Done a good few little rows here. But I'm wondering if I should maybe go down the road of, let's do some silage as well on here. This is a big field. And obviously we still want to get some silage as well to keep money coming in. Especially as at the minute the contracts look quite poor on the map of what's on offer. Apart from, like, say, fertilising and weed spraying. But the other jobs are quite poor. I mean, that's partly my fault as well. I have to admit that. Because obviously I've bought quite a few sizable fields. Now. So there's less fields with contracts on them. Like I say, I've got quite a few of the biggies. I mean, they're going to be ready for harvest next month. My two fields there, 11 and 12. So yeah, we've got crop coming in. So we're going to have some money coming in. Going to get some barley, which is going to be great, because that can be fed to the chickens and ducks. I think. Double check that. Yeah, and they are actually going to start needing some food fairly soon. We have had some births again this month, so again I will have to go and clear those out, the male ones. Yeah, we'll be about halfway in a minute. We will. Should give me a chance then, maybe go grab one of the other tractors and come down with a baler quick. And do a few bales. Before Mr. Mower gets on to doing headlands. Yeah, leave that there. We want that one, the fence. We'll use him to do some baling. The silo is nice there. I perhaps should have placed it, I think, a little bit further down. Here, I should have probably placed it about here. Because it is on quite a steep hill. And I do have some issues with the truck delivering there. Because there is quite a steep slope down. So we go grab the baler. Get over here quickly. Okay, start picking up some hay. Because hay feeds the animals. Nice. Big bale. Dogs have got their own pipe there after. Good. Keep them out of trouble for the rest of the afternoon, that will. Bale. Oh, quite big bale, these. There's the mower. Now doing headland. Gonna make a little bit of a mess for me now. Yeah, I'm going to need to back now, aren't I? Because we need to separate the hay from the silage material. He'll be coming round again in a second though, won't he? Do that. See if that makes a little natural break. Which we can then use. Yeah. So we can carry on, we can do bales on the strips that I've done. And then silage the rest. Can't we? 2 nice bales. Gets us a good amount of food for the sheep. That. And that moves us very nicely onwards. Right, ladies and gents, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the episode here for today. I'll bring you back once I've got all the bales done, and then we can start splitting them up, working out where we're taking everything. And then obviously we can start mowing the other field and getting that done for silage, which will be good. And then obviously we can start the re-rolling of this field as well. So, I will catch you in the next episode in a couple of days' time. But thank you for watching, and see you then. Bye-bye, ladies and gents.